If you've ever felt completely bogged down, unmotivated, or just overwhelmed by the sheer mountain of stuff surrounding you, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're unpacking a really effective framework created by minimalist Gabe Bolt. We're skipping those exhausting, crash diet style 30-day decluttering challenges, and instead, we're looking at simple, practical rules that are actually sustainable and can completely clear up your mental space. So let's try a quick thought experiment. Imagine your house burned down. Or let's use a real-life example from our source material. Imagine you're traveling through Europe and the airline just completely loses all of your luggage. Everything. Gone. Would your first feeling be total devastation? Or would you actually feel a weird sense of relief? When this exact lost luggage scenario happened to our creator, the realization was pure relief. It honestly didn't make a difference. And that boils down to a concept perfectly captured in this quote. The stuff we own ends up owning us. This realization right here is the absolute foundation of what we're talking about today. The physical items we hoard hold a very real psychological weight. Literally, physical clutter creates mental clutter. By realizing we're super attached to things that don't actually bring us happiness, we can finally start letting them go. And the payoff? You buy back ultimate calm and mental clarity. To make these 10 rules totally actionable, we're going to audit your life in 3 clear phases. First up, decluttering your physical space. Second, intentional buying and consumption. And third, mastering your daily habits.
All right, let's jump right into phase 1, decluttering space.
Okay, be honest, we all have those just-in-case items, right? Like holding onto some massive, bizarre kitchen gadget just in case you suddenly need to brew 18 cups of coffee at once for a surprise army of guests. To combat this, we use the 20-20 rule. When you're staring at an item, ask yourself, if I actually end up needing this down the road, can I replace it for under $20 in under 20 minutes? If the answer is yes, just let it go. Obviously, we don't want to be wasteful, but the reality is you'll probably never actually need to replace it.
But hey, what if the 20-20 rule feels a little too ruthless for you? Well, that brings us to our next strategy, the box rule. This is a lifesaver for those items you just can't quite bring yourself to toss. Take them, put them in a box, stash it in your attic or garage, and set an alarm on your phone for exactly 6 months from today. If that alarm goes off and you haven't opened that box even once, clearly you didn't need a single thing inside it. At that point, you can safely donate the entire box without even opening it to second-guess yourself. It is the ultimate mental trick for decluttering.
Our final rule for your physical space is the have a home rule. Every single item you own needs a designated spot where it belongs. Think about it. If your wallet, your keys, or your phone doesn't have a specific home, what happens? They just end up strewn all over your kitchen counters, creating instant visual stress. If an item doesn't have a home, it should be a prime candidate for the donation bin. Find a place for everything, and it's like magic, you'll suddenly stop losing your keys.
Now that we've cleared out the physical clutter, let's move into phase 2, intentional buying and consumption. The investing rule challenges us to totally flip how we look at our budgets. Investing in random stuff, like, say, buying another car or filling up shelves with books like a massive Hans Christian Andersen collection you didn't even know you owned, usually just causes stress. It takes up mental bandwidth. It's cool for a minute, and then, well, it's just a car or just a book gathering dust. Instead, we want to invest our money into experiences, travel, trying new things that actually help us learn, create amazing memories, and expand our horizons. Then there's the other people rule, which kind of forces us to take a hard look in the mirror. Let's be real, so much of what we buy, the flashy new iPhone, the designer shoes, maybe even the house in that fancy neighborhood, is subconsciously done just to show off. Even what we post on social media is often just a plea for validation, to make us feel better. We really have to actively stop worrying about what other people think and stop letting their perceived opinions dictate our purchases. Which is a perfect segue into wants versus needs. Are you buying for status or for actual utility? Our source material has this fantastic anecdote. The creator accidentally completely destroyed his laptop by spilling water on it. Now, instead of immediately rushing out to buy a brand new one because it's a cool gadget, he stopped and realized he didn't actually strictly need it. He literally shared his partner Meredith's laptop for nearly a year. He only bought a new one when they started traveling, and he genuinely needed it to edit videos on the road. That is the perfect example of doing what's best for you, rather than just buying the shiny new toy for status. And this tees up what might be one of the most powerful numbers you will ever use to govern your life, 90%. The 90% rule acts as a ruthlessly strict filter for both your money and your time. First, when buying items, if a shirt doesn't rate at least a 90 out of 100 for you, meaning it fits perfectly and you are absolutely obsessed with it, you do not buy it. The result? You stop cycling through mediocre clothes, you save a ton of cash, and literally everything you own is your absolute favorite. Second, apply this to your time. If a social invite pops up and it's not a 90% heck yes, it's an immediate no. Doing this will clear up your calendar like you wouldn't believe and fiercely protect your energy. With your space and your spending audited, we arrive at our final phase, mastering your daily habits. First up here is the 2-day rule. Now, it is totally, completely okay to miss one day of a new habit. If you're trying to read a page of a book every morning or hit the gym, life happens. You might have an early appointment and miss a day. That's fine. But the golden rule is you can never miss 2 days in a row. It completely removes the pressure of being perfect, but it builds a strict enough boundary to keep you extremely consistent over the long haul without falling off the wagon. Next is an absolute game changer, the 2-minute rule. If a task takes under 2 minutes, do not put it off, do it immediately. We're talking about putting away a few dishes, carrying that random item upstairs that's been sitting on the bottom step for a week, or just putting your workout clothes on. By committing to the tiniest, quickest action, you actually trick your brain into tackling bigger tasks, and you instantly clear up that massive backlog of tiny, annoying chores that have been quietly weighing on your mind. And our final rule serves as the perfect wrap-up for your day, and for this explainer, the nightly reset. This is all about taking a few minutes before bed to walk through your house and set up your environment so you wake up to a completely frictionless morning. The whole secret here is preparation. It's so simple. Lay out your clothes for the next day. Load or unload the dishwasher so there's no mess waiting for you in the sink. Fill up the kettle so your morning coffee just takes one push of a button. Lay out the exact book you want to read. By doing these quick, reproducible steps before your head hits the pillow, you completely eliminate morning decision fatigue. You wake up unburdened, organized, and totally ready to crush the day. So we've talked about how to clear your space, filter your purchases, and lock in your habits. Ultimately, taking control of your physical environment isn't just about having a neat house. It's literally about buying back your freedom. So I want to leave you with this one question to chew on today. If your stuff no longer owns you, what incredible, meaningful things would you do with all that regained time and mental clarity? Take a look around your room today and really think about it.